Human wealth is considered to be a crude form of wealth and can only be enjoyed for a few hundred years. It cannot be compared to celestial wealth, which occurs as a result of Uposatha Sila. Although the duration of Uposatha Sila is not long, its fruits are unexpectedly many, as exemplified in an event which occurred in the Lord Buddha's time. At the time, there were 500 yogis. They left the forest to stay in the park of a millionaire in the city of Kosambi. They found a banyan tree in the park and decided to sit at its foot. The head of the yogis said to himself, "The deva living in this tree must possess a high rank. It would certainly be good if he could bring us some water to drink." The deva heard the yogis' remark and brought all the yogis some water without making an appearance. Whenever the yogis thought about water for bathing and food, the deva could read their minds and would cause water to flow out from the fork of the tree. He also caused the dishes wished by the yogis to appear. The yogis thought to themselves, "This celestial being is so good to us. He has provided for us everything we need. We would really love to see him. We wonder if he would appear before us." The deva did not object to the request. He appeared from the tree for all to see in his resplendent attire and jewels, more extraordinarily handsome than men. His glorious form amazed the yogis, and they asked about his past life. "Honorable Deva, your wealth is great. What sort of merit had you accumulated?" The deva felt embarrassed because he felt that what he did was so insignificant when compared to other devas who had accumulated merit by giving to Buddhism. Upon the yogi's insistence, he finally said, "Previously, I was a servant in the home of a wealthy man, Anantha Pintika. My duty was to collect firewood. Once when it was Uposatha Day, I was the only person getting up early to gather firewood. When I returned from the forest in the afternoon, everyone in the house was keeping Uposatha Sila and did not have anything to eat after the noon hour. I had just started working and wasn't aware of this practice. So I asked a fellow servant, 'Why is the house unusually quiet today? And why am I the only person eating dinner?' That servant said, 'Today is Monk's Day. Everyone in the house stops working in order to keep Uposatha Sila. Even children who are on diet of milk would drink instead beverages made from clarified butter, concentrated butter, honey, and cane juice in order to keep them used to keeping Uposatha Sila. Our master ordered me to prepare a meal for you.' What the man said made me think. It would be really good if I could also keep Uposatha Sila. So I went to ask the master, Master, if I keep Uposatha Sila for just half a day, will I earn any merit? The wealthy man said, Of course, but it will not be equal to a whole day's worth. I realized that it was a good opportunity to make merit, so I requested Uposatha Sila. Since I had been working hard all day, I was very hungry. At night, I suffered tremendously because my digestive system went out of whack. To alleviate the pain, I tied my abdomen tightly with a rope. When the master knew about it, he brought me a mixture of clarified and concentrated butter, honey, and cane juice to drink. But I refused to drink it and said to him, Master, I only get to keep Uposatha Sila for just half a day as it is. I do want to be immaculate. My master said to me, Do not torture yourself needlessly. You can wait until next month's day to keep Uposatha Sila properly. But I was adamant because I wanted to earn as much merit as I could. I lied down and thought about how I was willing to lay down my life for the sake of keeping Uposatha Sila, and that helped ease the pain. But my body was overly taxed, and I died in the morning with a bright and clear mind. I was reborn a high-ranking tree nymph, living in this banyan tree. So we can see from this example that a tree nymph could possess great wealth as a result of having devotedly observed Uposatha Sila for just half a day. Needless to say, for those who keep it regularly, the fruits will be multiplied countless times and can finally turn into Nibbana wealth. The tremendous fruits obtained from keeping Uposatha Sila can be divided at least into 5 categories. First, material wealth as a result of not being reckless. Second, a virtuous person's reputation naturally spreads far and wide. Third, a virtuous person is boldly confident in any social situation. Fourth, a virtuous person leaves this world with a mind which is fully conscious. Fifth, a virtuous person is reborn a high-ranking celestial being. Besides, precepts give rise to concentration, which brings one closer to Nibbana. Immaculate precepts exert positive effect on one's meditation practice. Now that you have learned about the fruits of Uposatha Sila, you should endeavor to keep it immaculately. You should also encourage others to accumulate great merit by keeping the precepts, and together we can help not only to restore but to further strengthen the Buddhist tradition.